Hey my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name's Bettina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video we are going to be running through my update on all this stuff here. So we're going to be doing the first update of 2018 for my project pan. This month I think I made quite a lot of progress on some of my products, but in terms of actually finishing any, I didn't do very well. So we're going to run through quickly. There's a few products that I kind of didn't even have a chance to use, so I will run through them pretty quickly and then we will get on to the products that I've actually made some progress on. So we'll start off first with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I have used this a few times. I used it today to do my eye makeup, but like this you only need the tiniest little bit to do both eyes, so I think this is going to take me quite a while to use up. But at this stage I haven't even bothered marking it because I don't really see any point, but I will mark it at the end of this video. Moving on to the next items, I have my Revlon Lip Butter. I think I used this twice, so we haven't made any progress on this one really at all. Same with my Bite lipstick. I haven't really had an occasion that called for a bright pink lipstick, so unfortunately this one hasn't even been used this month. My two Clinique Chubby sticks, I have used them a little bit, but it's not enough to have made any like significant progress. I am wearing Plush's Punch on my lips today. They're nice colors, but these Chubby sticks, the stick itself is quite thick and there's quite a lot in them, so I think this might be like almost a full year slog to use up both of these. Then I have all my powder products. Now my VaniT powder, I have been using this every day, but I think it was pretty much full when I started it, so I can't even really mark any kind of progress on this because it is still chock-a-block. I am not wearing this today. I'm wearing my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. This is my BareMinerals powder and it looks like I've actually made some progress. I didn't mark it because I didn't think I would have any progress, but I started here on the bottle and it looks like it has dropped a little bit, so we might actually be finished this sooner than I thought we would. And my Bobbi Brown, my mark for where I was up to has kind of rubbed off and I have no way of really, it looks like I've made a little bit of progress on my Bobbi Brown as well. I've actually been using my BareMinerals under my eyes. I've been setting my foundation with my VaniT and then I've been throwing this over the top to kind of give me a flawless finish. So I'm kind of using 3 powders most days. It's probably a little bit excessive, but I want to use these powders up and I have a lot more powders in my collection to move on to, so that's why I'm using 3 powders most days. Next is my Tarte Lipgloss. We're getting to the point where I'm scraping the sides and I think maybe sometime during this month or maybe just before the next update, I might take the stopper out and we can like keep making some good solid progress on it. The Arbonne Perfecting Liquid Foundation, I haven't touched this at all because I thought that I would be finished my Nars foundation this month, but I haven't, so that's why I haven't touched this one. I've been like trying to power through the Nars foundation thinking that I was going to finish it, but it didn't happen. The Josie Maran blush, I have gotten to the point where I am like starting to dip into it again. I don't know how far I'm going to go with this because, as I said in my original project pan, the actual like spiral thing that like pushes it up and down in the packaging, it appears to be completely full of the actual blush, so I don't know how far I'm going to take this. I don't know when I'm going to call it quits with this blush. Mary Kay Mist, I've been using this every day. I think it's nearly finished, but I can't even, when I hold this up to my lights, I can't even see through the bottle. So this one is actually been quite hard to measure. I think this one will definitely be finished by the next check-in, which would be fantastic. I think the next check-in we might actually have a couple of products finished rather than what we've got this check in. My Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is where I was up to last month and I've used a fair chunk of this. I have been using this every day for work. Whenever I wear foundation, I have been using this, so that's why I've used up a fair chunk. I'm thinking this one won't be finished by the next one, but possibly the one after that. So we are making really good progress with this Smashbox primer. Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Bad to the Bronze. Now I mentioned in my last video that this one was getting a bit dry, and somebody in my last video commented on it and mentioned giving it a good stir with like a toothpick or something like that. I got in there with my little metal spatula and gave it a good stir around, and it's actually helped the consistency of the product. So I don't think I've made any real progress. I've used this quite a few times. I quite like how it looks on my eyes. My only issue is I wear, like, the way I use up most of these products is when I wear them to work. I don't wear mascara to work every day. Actually, I don't really wear mascara to work at all. Like Monday to Friday, I'm usually not wearing mascara. That's because my eyes get quite sore after looking at a computer screen all day, and I don't really need mascara on my eyelashes to aggravate my eyes even more. So I kind of feel like this sometimes can look like I've been punched in the eye if I'm not careful, if I'm not wearing mascara. So I've worn it like twice to work without mascara, and yeah, I kind of feel like it looks a little bit like a bruise, but at the same time I don't really care. So I'm gonna kind of keep playing with this and maybe see if maybe a lighter wash of color makes it look a little bit less bruise like. First Aid Beauty Lip Balm. I haven't really made any progress on this. It's not really going anywhere at the moment. It's not my favorite lip balm to wear, so that's why I don't really gravitate towards it, but I would like to use it up. So I'm thinking I might chuck this one in my purse, because the one that I had in my purse I actually used up this last week. So if I chuck this in my purse, I might actually start making some decent progress on it. Moving on to all of these lipsticks. Firstly, we will start with my Naked Dolly. This is where we are up to with Naked Dolly. I have used this quite a bit. I've been trying to use like a lip liner and then this and then my lip gloss to work, just to try and use it all up. And you can see here, this column here is my Naked Dolly. At the top there is where we started at, and I have made a little bit of progress, and being a mini, hopefully we might get through it pretty quickly. So that one's going quite well so far. Next is the BareMinerals Marvelous Moxie lipstick in Speak Your Mind. This one is another one that I've kind of been wearing to work, and that is this one here. So I've made a little bit of progress. The next one is another BareMinerals lipstick in Make Your Move. So that's that one there. I think I've made a little bit more progress on the Make Your Move than the Speak Your Mind. So the Make Your Move is this one here, and started up the top there, and that is where we're at now. Then we have the Makeup Forever lipstick in N9. So that's what it looks like there. And the Marc Jacobs lipstick in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So on my list here, so this one here is the Makeup Forever one, and then this is the Marc Jacobs Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Making a pretty good amount of progress across all my lip products. I think the ones that we've made the most amount of progress this month with are my liners. So starting with my Too Faced liner, we have this column here is my Too Faced liner. So we've made a little bit of progress. Next are my VaniT Lip Liners. Now I'll start with my pink, the pink one. I haven't made any progress with this one this month, so I'm just going to pop that straight to the side. Then we have the nude one, which I have made the most progress on, and then the one in the color Pout, which I've made a reasonable amount of progress on as well. And I'll just show you on my pad here. So this one here is the color Pout. So a decent amount of progress on that one. And then this one here is the nude one, which I have made quite a substantial amount of progress on. I am very excited to see this one go. So those are my 3 lip liners that I am kind of motoring through at the moment. Moving on back to powder products. So first is the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick. I have been using this like every single day and I'm not making any watt of a dent. I think maybe it's starting to like just kind of dip ever so slightly, but this one is going to be a long haul on this one. I'm trying to figure out whether I would be able to use this as a blush. I don't know, maybe one day I can give it like that's it swatched all together, but I don't know whether it would look too shimmery on my cheeks. So I might give it a shot one day, just trying it as a blush. Maybe one day for work I can just chuck it on. When I look down the edges here, it looks like it's quite a substantially thick pan. Next is my Nars Duo. Once again, this is another product I have almost been using every single day, and I think we're only just kind of starting to see some progress. The kind of imprint that they have on top, which has got really fine lines going all down the pan, is kind of almost completely gone on the bronzer side. My only issue with this one is I find it quite difficult to use, specifically with the bronzer side, because I am using my, I think it's the Real Techniques blush brush, which is quite a big domed brush. It's almost the size of a powder brush. Popping this in there, and I just kind of don't really get all that much on my brush just because of the pan size. Next is my e.l.f. brow kit. Now, as I said, I want to use up all of this wax and then I'm done with it. I have used probably a little bit over half of the wax, so we're making good progress. I'm thinking though I might kind of get in there with my metal spatula and like scrape it off the sides and like flatten it down a little bit more into the center of the pan, just to try and make it a little bit easier to pick up on my eyebrow brush. But that one is moving along as normal. Next is the Smashbox Full Exposure Travel Palette. So this is what it's looking like. I don't think you're going to be able to see, but I have been mainly focusing on this color here. I have been using this, I have been wearing it almost every single day to work. Even when I don't really feel like doing my eyes, I will grab like a flat shader brush and I will grab this and I will just slap it all over my eyelids, just so I've got a little bit of kind of color definition and something to kind of brighten up my eyes. So that one has quite a hefty dip in it. This color here, I have actually found that I really like to set any kind of base because it's pretty much the same color as my skin tone. So anytime I've wanted to set a base or I've wanted to just blank out my eyelids, I guess you could say, before going in with that shimmery shade, I have got my big fluffy brush and grabbed this and I've just like slapped it all over my lid. I've also been using this on my big fluffy brush, like if anytime I get like a harsh edge on the top of my eyeshadows, I've been grabbing this and blending out those edges with a big fluffy brush. So these lighter shades I think I might motor through pretty quickly, but the darker shades like these ones down the end here and this end, I think I'm really going to struggle with to try and get out of this palette and get it used up before the end of the year, purely because I don't normally wear a lot of dark shadows on like a weekly basis. It's more like a weekend kind of thing, and I don't really like darker shimmer shadows like to put over my lid. I typically put shimmer shadows over my lid and then a matte color in the crease and outer corner to darken it up. And I typically don't put darker shimmer shadows on my lid, so there might be a little bit of experimenting with those darker shadows in this palette to see how they go. Next is my Nars Sheer Glow. This one I think is the biggest disappointment of the month because I thought that I would be finished this by now. Middle of January, this was kind of starting to do those like little spurt pumps. So I thought, you beauty, we are nearly finished, but there's still quite a bit in here. So hopefully maybe next month it might be finished. It's getting to the point where this is getting quite difficult to get out. Now the next product is the one and only product that I used up this month, and that is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Now you're probably thinking by the looks of this that there's still some product in there. I have tried to scrape this bad boy out with this little like floppy piece of crap spatula and it won't pick anything up. I've tried to get in there and scrape it out with my metal spatula, and there's just not enough in there for another application. So I am bidding this one goodbye, and I am so happy that I have finally finished this up. And this marks product number 1 for my project pan of 2018. So because of all that, I've actually decided to add more products. I know you guys think I am insane. My first product is to replace my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and that is my Mary Kay Concealer, and this is in the color Ivory 2. This is a little squeezy tube, and it comes with one of those like point concealers. You only need like the tiniest little amount, but this is kind of maybe just under halfway done. I will mark this one and we will see how we go. And then this one, my last item that I'm going to add, is added because I've got to mention it in my first month, and I always try and include a perfume in my project pan, but I forgot to include it in the first month. So I've grabbed out my Avon Little Gold Dress perfume to try and use up in this yearly project pan. I'm probably about halfway done. That's the mark there. So there you have it, guys. That is my first update of many for 2018. I will leave on the screen up here my progress so far on how much I've used up. I am trying to use up $1,000 worth of product in my project pan this year. If you haven't seen my original video where I run through what a project pan is, or where I mention all my products and my aim for this year, I will leave that linked on the screen here. So that's it for today, everyone. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. I upload videos 3 times a week, so Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Thanks for stopping by and clicking on this video to hang out with me today, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.